What if the meticulously detailed accounts of lunar eclipses in medieval texts weren't just astronomical observations, but cryptic messages hidden in plain sight, hinting at a secret society's knowledge lost to time? Tonight, we won't chase that secret. Instead, we will find our peace in the slow, deliberate craft of the scribes, who painstakingly documented these celestial events. The weight of their quills, scratching across parchment, the flickering candlelight illuminating their faces as they recorded the darkening of the moon. So before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe. Now dim the lights. Imagine, if you will, the hushed expectancy of a medieval monastery. The air thick with the scent of incense and parchment. Outside, the moon, once a bright disk in the inky sky, is slowly being swallowed by shadow. Inside, a solitary figure meticulously records the eclipse, their quill a faithful extension of their keen observation, translating the celestial drama unfolding above into a timeless record. This is the story of lunar eclipses in the Middle Ages, a story not of grand conspiracies, but of quiet dedication and the meticulous recording of the night sky. Let's begin. The scent of old paper and dust, perhaps a hint of wood smoke carried on a night breeze, hangs in the air. Imagine the vastness of the night sky. Not the light-polluted heavens we know today, but a sky thick with stars. A celestial tapestry, woven with threads of brilliance. This is the sky above the medieval Islamic world, a world stretching from the shimmering sands of the deserts to the Fertile Crescent, from the snow-capped mountains of Persia to the sun-drenched shores of Andalusia, a world where the rhythms of life were deeply intertwined with the movements of the sun, moon, and stars. For centuries, scholars, astronomers, and common folk alike looked up at this sky, their lives governed by the lunar calendar, their imaginations captivated by the celestial dance. The moon, a constant companion in the night, held a particular significance. Its phases marked the passage of time, dictated the timing of religious observances, and influenced agricultural practices. A lunar eclipse, therefore, was not merely an astronomical event. It was a moment of profound significance, a celestial drama unfolding above, impacting the lives of people in ways both tangible and intangible. The understanding of astronomy during this period, while not as advanced as our own, was nevertheless sophisticated and impressive. The legacy of Greek astronomy, preserved and built upon by scholars throughout the vast Islamic empire, provided a framework for understanding the movements of the celestial bodies. Think of vast libraries, repositories of knowledge, where scrolls and manuscripts, painstakingly copied and preserved, held the secrets of the cosmos. Think of the weight of those scrolls in your hands, the subtle texture of the aged parchment, the faint scent of ink and time. The Ptolemaic system, with its geocentric model of the universe, the Earth at the center, with the sun, moon, and planets revolving around it, served as the prevailing cosmological model. While imperfect, it provided a robust framework for predicting celestial events, including lunar eclipses. Imagine a scholar hunched over his work, meticulously calculating the precise timing of the next eclipse, using complex mathematical tools and astronomical instruments. The very act of calculation was a testament to their dedication and intellectual curiosity. Their quills, dancing across the parchment, were not merely recording data, but actively participating in the unraveling of the cosmos mysteries. The understanding of eclipses itself involved both astronomical observation and a degree of interpretation. The physical process of the Earth casting its shadow on the moon was understood, although the underlying cause, the interaction of Earth, Sun, and Moon, would be only gradually clarified and refined over time. While the scientific explanation was developing, the cultural and religious interpretations were often as significant as the purely astronomical ones. In various cultures within the vast Islamic world, lunar eclipses were viewed with a mixture of awe, apprehension, and curiosity. Some interpretations connected them to supernatural forces, attributing them to the actions of celestial beings or spiritual events. Stories and legends were woven around the spectacle in the night sky. Imagine for a moment the hushed tones of conversation as people gather, observing the moon's gradual disappearance, The air is filled with a sense of wonder, a mix of fear and fascination. Perhaps they gather in courtyards, their faces illuminated by the soft glow of lanterns. The children, wide-eyed, point at the darkening orb, their voices hushed with a mixture of fear and excitement. But alongside the interpretations rooted in folklore and religious belief, there was also a profound appreciation for the astronomical aspects of these events. Many scholars dedicated their lives to recording these celestial happenings with precision. Their observations, detailed and meticulously documented, formed the bedrock of future astronomical understanding. Think of the delicate strokes of their pens on parchment, each marking a stage in the moon's eclipse, a testament to their patience and attentiveness. The rich tapestry of the medieval Islamic world extended beyond the realms of astronomy and cosmology. It influenced the very way in which people understood and recorded lunar eclipses. The integration of scientific observation with cultural and religious interpretations created a vibrant blend of scientific curiosity, artistic expression, and religious reverence. These meticulous recordings, preserved across centuries, are not just dry scientific accounts, but also windows into the hearts and minds of those who lived under the same sky as we do. Their stories, echoing through the ages, carried on the wings of time, whispered on the winds of history. Let the quiet rhythm of those whispers lull you into a state of calm. Let the slow, deliberate movements of those ancient scribes guide you into a tranquil slumber. The night sky waits. And so, the whispers of history lead us to the origins of this rich tapestry of astronomical knowledge within the Islamic Golden Age. The groundwork, surprisingly, lay not in the deserts of Arabia, but in the ancient libraries of Greece and Alexandria. Imagine the weight of centuries pressing down on those aged scrolls, the faint scent of cedar and myrrh clinging to the parchment. These were not merely books, they were vessels containing the accumulated wisdom of generations, painstakingly preserved and passed down through time. The works of Ptolemy, Hipparchus, and other great Greek astronomers became foundational texts, meticulously translated and studied by scholars across the vast Islamic empire. Picture, if you will, a scholar in Baghdad, his fingers tracing the elegant script of a newly translated manuscript, the faint scratching of his quill a counterpoint to the rhythmic drip of water from a nearby fountain. The Ptolemaic model, with its geocentric universe, provided a framework, a map, if you will. To navigate the complexities of the heavens, it was a model far from perfect, yet it offered a sufficiently accurate system for predicting celestial events, including those enigmatic lunar eclipses that held such profound cultural significance. The inheritance, however, was not passive. Muslim scholars were not mere copyists, they were active participants in the ongoing evolution of astronomical thought. They built upon the Greek foundations, correcting inaccuracies, refining calculations, and developing new instruments and techniques. Consider the astrolabe, that ingenious device that allowed for the precise measurement of celestial angles. Imagine its smooth, cool brass surface beneath your fingers, the intricate network of circles and lines, a miniature representation of the heavens themselves. The development and refinement of the astrolabe, along with other astronomical tools, significantly improved the accuracy of astronomical observations and predictions. The painstaking construction of these instruments is a testament to both their mathematical sophistication and their artistic skill. Feel the weight of the brass, the precision of the engravings, and visualize the dedication required to craft these instruments. The slow, careful movements required to use them mirror the slow and deliberate pace of our narrative. Think of al-Bachani, the 10th century astronomer, known for his accurate observations and corrections to Ptolemy's work. His observations, recorded with meticulous detail, refined the calculations for the length of the solar year and the positions of stars. Imagine his quill moving across the parchment, each stroke precise and deliberate, capturing the subtle shifts in the celestial dance. Visualize the star-filled sky above his observatory, the silence punctuated only by the gentle rustle of the desert wind. The detailed accuracy of his work represents a turning point in the Islamic world, leading to significant improvements in our understanding of the motions of the celestial bodies and thereby eclipses. His work, like the work of many of his contemporaries, was not merely a scientific endeavor. It was a profound act of devotion, a quest to understand the divine order of the universe. The House of Wisdom in Baghdad stands as a potent symbol of this intellectual flourishing, a vibrant hub of learning where scholars from diverse backgrounds gathered to collaborate and exchange ideas. Picture the bustling scene within its walls, scholars engrossed in their studies, scribes diligently copying manuscripts, astronomers meticulously recording their observations. Imagine the murmur of voices, the rustle of parchment, the quiet click of the astrolabe. The air is thick with the scent of ink and parchment, a testament to the dedication and intellectual curiosity that defined this era. The House of Wisdom was not merely a repository of knowledge, it was a forge where new knowledge was created, refined, and disseminated throughout the vast Islamic world. The contributions of Ibn Yunus, another eminent astronomer, are equally significant. His observations, particularly those related to the sun's motion, were remarkably precise, contributing to a deeper understanding of the celestial mechanics and improving the accuracy of eclipse predictions. Envision him, night after night, patiently tracking the movements of the celestial bodies, meticulously recording his observations with an almost religious devotion. The slow progression of the night, mirrored by the slow and deliberate movements of his hands and instruments, created a profound sense of connection between the observer and the observed. The seemingly infinite nature of the cosmos brought him into a spiritual union with the universe, and the detailed records kept by him are a testament to his patient devotion. Beyond Baghdad, astronomical centers flourished throughout the Islamic world, from Cordoba in Andalusia to Damascus in Syria, each contributing to the ever-growing body of astronomical knowledge. Imagine scholars exchanging letters, sharing observations and ideas across vast distances, their correspondence forming a network of intellectual collaboration. Envision the slow journey of those letters carried by camel caravans across deserts and mountains, each carefully crafted word a testament to the dedication and perseverance of these scholars. The meticulous recording of observations across these geographically disparate locations enabled a holistic understanding of celestial movements, far more accurate and encompassing than anything that had been achieved before. Let the image of these scholars, working tirelessly to unravel the mysteries of the cosmos, soothe your mind. Let the weight of their scrolls, the scent of their inks, and the precision of their instruments lull you into a tranquil sleep. The intricate dance of the moon, sun, and earth continues, echoing through the centuries, whispered on the winds of history. Sleep now. The meticulous recording of observations across these geographically disparate locations enabled a holistic understanding of celestial movements, far more accurate and encompassing than anything that had been achieved before. Let the image of these scholars, working tirelessly to unravel the mysteries of the cosmos, soothe your mind. Let the weight of their scrolls, the scent of their inks, and the precision of their instruments lull you into a tranquil sleep. The intricate dance of the moon, sun, and earth continues, echoing through the centuries, whispered on the winds of history. But how did these scholars, with their painstaking observations and refined instruments, actually predict these eclipses? The answer lies in the intricate world of mathematical calculations, a world as intricate and mesmerizing as the celestial dance itself. Imagine a scholar, seated at his desk beneath the soft glow of a lamp, a quill in hand, surrounded by stacks of parchment filled with intricate calculations. The air is still, the only sound the gentle scratch of his quill against the parchment, a sound as soothing as the rhythm of waves lapping against the shore. Before him lies a complex array of numbers, representing the positions of the sun and moon, their movements charted with meticulous precision. These weren't mere guesses or estimations. These were the fruits of centuries of observation, refined and perfected through generations of scholars. The prediction of a lunar eclipse hinges on understanding the relative positions of the sun, the earth, and the moon. A lunar eclipse occurs when the earth passes between the sun and the moon, casting its shadow upon the lunar surface. To predict this alignment accurately, one needs to know the precise positions of these celestial bodies at any given time. This requires a deep understanding of celestial mechanics, a mastery of geometry, and a considerable amount of patience. The scholars of the medieval Islamic world built upon the work of their Greek predecessors, notably Ptolemy, but they did not simply copy. They critically examined, corrected, and refined the existing models. They developed sophisticated mathematical techniques to track the movement of celestial bodies, employing complex calculations involving epicycles, difference, and eccentrics, intricate geometrical models designed to explain the apparent irregularities in the motions of the planets and the moon. Visualize these intricate diagrams, drawn with painstaking precision on parchment, a delicate dance of circles within circles, representing the complex movements of the heavenly sphere. The process began with the careful observation of celestial events. Astronomers meticulously recorded the times of sunrise and sunset, the positions of stars and planets, and the precise moments of lunar and solar eclipses. These observations, made over long periods, provided the raw data necessary to refine the existing models and develop more accurate predictions. Imagine the astronomer, night after night, patiently observing the celestial dance, his gaze fixed on the stars, his hands steadily guiding his instruments. The chill night air, the scent of dust and earth, the vastness of the sky above, all contribute to the serenity of the moment. The data collected was then used to calculate the positions of the sun and moon at any given time. This involved complex calculations based on sophisticated mathematical models. These calculations, painstakingly performed by hand, involved intricate trigonometric functions employing tables of sines, cosines, and tangents, meticulously compiled and refined over generations. Imagine the scholar, meticulously consulting these tables, his fingers tracing the lines and numbers, his mind carefully piecing together the complex calculations. Each number represents a tiny piece of the cosmic puzzle, and the careful assembly of these pieces reveals the grand design of the celestial dance. These calculations were not just mathematical exercises. They were a profound act of understanding the divine order of the universe. The ability to predict the precise moment of a lunar eclipse was not merely a testament to human ingenuity, it was a reflection of the perceived order and predictability of the cosmos, a manifestation of God's design. The act of calculation was therefore imbued with a sense of reverence and awe. Furthermore, the development of astronomical instruments played a crucial role in improving the accuracy of eclipse predictions. The astrolabe I mentioned before allowed for the precise measurement of celestial angles, providing crucial data for the calculations. Visualize the astronomer using the astrolabe to determine the altitude and azimuth of celestial bodies, its smooth brass surface cool beneath his fingertips. Each precise measurement contributes to the overall accuracy of the eclipse prediction, a testament to the dedication and skill of the astronomer. The refinement of these mathematical techniques and the development of new instruments led to an ever-increasing accuracy in predicting lunar eclipses. The margin of error gradually decreased over centuries, a reflection of the cumulative knowledge and effort of generations of scholars. This improved accuracy was not only a scientific achievement, it also had practical implications, impacting the lives of people across the vast Islamic world. The knowledge of when an eclipse would occur allowed for preparations to be made, dispelling fear and allowing for a more rational understanding of the phenomenon. The legacy of these medieval Islamic astronomers extends far beyond their scientific contributions. Their meticulous observations, refined calculations, and sophisticated instruments laid the foundation for future advancements in astronomy. Their dedication and perseverance in unraveling the mysteries of the cosmos serve as a testament to the power of human curiosity and the enduring quest for knowledge. The slow, meticulous nature of their work mirrors the slow, calm rhythm of our narrative, guiding you towards peaceful slumber. Let the image of these scholars, their instruments, and their calculations lull you into a deep and restful sleep. The moon continues its orbit, the earth spins, and the cosmos unfold as it always has, silently and endlessly. Sleep now. Silently and endlessly, sleep now. But before true rest descends, let us delve a little deeper into the very heart of the geometrical models that allowed these astronomers to predict the celestial dance with such astonishing accuracy. Imagine, if you will, the parchment, slightly yellowed with age, illuminated by the soft glow of a candle. Upon it, drawn with painstaking care, is a representation of the universe, not as a chaotic jumble of stars, but as a carefully orchestrated system governed by precise mathematical relationships. The key to understanding lunar eclipses, and indeed the movements of all celestial bodies within the Ptolemaic system embraced by these scholars, lies in the concept of the celestial sphere. Picture this sphere, vast and encompassing, rotating slowly and serenely around the Earth, which sits motionless at its center. This sphere, not made of any earthly material but a construct of pure geometry, carries with it the stars, fixed in their positions relative to each other, their unchanging patterns a source of both comfort and awe. But the moon and the sun don't adhere to this fixed pattern. They move, traversing their own paths across the celestial sphere. To represent this movement, the medieval Islamic astronomers employed a system of circles within circles, epicycles, deferents, and eccentrics. Let your mind slowly trace the elegant curves of these circles. Feel the smoothness of the parchment beneath your fingertips as you imagine tracing their paths. The deferent is the larger circle. It represents the average path of the celestial body, the moon, in this case, around the Earth. Picture this vast circle slowly turning, carrying the moon along its journey. Now, within this deferent, imagine a smaller circle, the epicycle. The moon does not travel uniformly along the deferent, it moves in a smaller circle, the epicycle, whose center itself travels along the deferent. This intricate dance of circles within circles explains the apparent irregularities in the moon's movement across the night sky. The moon speeds up and slows down, appearing to wobble slightly in its path. These variations, meticulously observed and recorded, were precisely accounted for by the epicycle. But the model wasn't quite perfect, even with these intricacies. The Earth wasn't precisely at the center of the deferent, it was slightly offset. This offset is called the eccentric. Picture the Earth slightly off-center, a subtle deviation in the grand scheme of the celestial sphere, further adding to the complexity and precision of the model. Imagine the scholars, hunched over their calculations, meticulously drawing these circles, their compasses dancing across the parchment, creating these beautiful, intricate diagrams. The faint scent of ink, the soft scrape of the compass point, the gentle rhythm of their work, a meditative process, a visual representation of the harmony of the cosmos. To calculate the precise position of the moon at any given time, the astronomers would use sophisticated trigonometry, employing tables of sines, cosines, and tangents. Feel the weight of these tables in your hands, the coolness of the parchment, the faint impression of countless fingers tracing the lines and numbers. These tables were meticulously compiled and refined over generations, each number a tiny piece in a vast cosmic jigsaw puzzle. The calculation itself was a profound act of faith and precision. Each step involved a series of careful deductions, each number a testament to the dedication of the astronomer. Imagine the rhythmic tapping of the stylus on the parchment, the careful checking and rechecking of the numbers, the deep concentration that this complex work required. This wasn't simply a mathematical exercise, it was an act of communion with the divine. The ability to predict the movement of celestial bodies, to unravel the secrets of the cosmos, was seen as a reflection of God's design, a testament to the order and harmony of the universe. The act of calculation itself was a form of prayer, a slow, deliberate unfolding of the divine plan. And the fruits of their labor were impressive. The ability to predict a lunar eclipse with considerable accuracy not only advanced scientific understanding, but also had profound societal implications. The fear and superstition surrounding eclipses were gradually replaced by a rational understanding, enabling communities to prepare for the event, dispelling anxieties and promoting a more serene and informed response. The process was slow and methodical. a reflection of the slow, deliberate movements of the celestial bodies themselves. The constant observation, the careful measurement, the painstaking calculations, all part of a grand, centuries-long project to understand the universe. Let the image of these scholars, hunched over their work, their minds focused on the intricate dance of celestial bodies, lull you into a deep and peaceful. The slow, rhythmic repetition of their calculations mirrors the steady beat of your own heart, guiding you towards a tranquil and restful night. The moon continues its orbit, serene and predictable, a silent testament to the beauty and harmony of the cosmos. Sleep now. And so, to observe these celestial movements with the precision required, the astronomers of the medieval Islamic world developed sophisticated instruments. Imagine, if you will, the quiet hum of activity in a dimly lit observatory, the scent of polished brass and aged wood filling the air. Let your mind drift to the gentle click of gears, the smooth sweep of an arm across a graduated arc. The astrolabe, perhaps the most iconic of these instruments, rests on a table, its intricate network of circles and pointers catching the soft glow of a lamp. Feel the cool weight of the brass in your hand, its surface worn smooth by centuries of use. The astrolabe was not merely a tool for observation. It was a miniature representation of the cosmos itself. Its intricate design, a testament to the ingenuity of its creators, allowed astronomers to determine the time of day, the altitude and azimuth of celestial bodies, and even to predict the positions of the sun and the moon. Trace the delicate lines of its engraved markings with your fingertip, feeling the subtle variations in texture. The rete, a network of carefully pierced plates, rotates over the base, its stars and constellations meticulously positioned to reflect their positions in the sky. Picture the astronomer, patiently adjusting the rete, aligning the celestial bodies with their observed positions. The soft clinking of the brass as the components move, a gentle soundtrack to a moment of intense concentration. Beyond the astrolabe, other instruments played crucial roles in the precise observation of lunar eclipses. The quadrant, a quarter circle marked with degrees, allowed for accurate measurements of the altitude of celestial objects. Feel the smooth surface of the quadrant under your fingertips. Imagine the astronomer carefully aligning the sights, his gaze fixed on the moon as it slowly traverses the heavens. The precise angles are carefully noted, meticulously recorded in detailed notebooks, each entry a testament to the astronomer's dedication and precision. The numbers are written in elegant script, a harmonious blend of precision and artistry. Imagine the faint scent of the parchment, its texture smooth and cool against your skin. The slow, deliberate strokes of the quill, a rhythmic counterpoint to the slow, stately movement of the moon across the night sky. And then there were the armillary spheres, majestic representations of the celestial sphere itself. These intricate models composed of rings representing the celestial equator, ecliptic, and other important circles offered a three-dimensional visualization of the cosmos. Imagine the astronomer standing before this magnificent instrument, its polished brass gleaming in the lamplight. The rings rotate smoothly, each movement a silent testament to the astronomer's understanding of the celestial mechanics. Feel the cool smoothness of the brass rings as your fingers lightly trace their surface. Imagine the astronomer adjusting the rings to align them with the positions of the sun and the moon, using the intricate apparatus to simulate their movements and to predict the precise time and duration of the eclipse. This intricate dance of rings, a slow, deliberate ballet, mirroring the measured dance of the celestial bodies above. The process of observation itself was a meticulous affair. Astronomers often worked in teams, each member performing a specific task, meticulously recording their observations with utmost care. Imagine the soft murmur of voices, a low hum of shared concentration, the measured tapping of quills on parchment, a gentle, rhythmic counterpoint to the quiet rustling of leaves outside. The night air, cool and crisp, carries the scent of the earth, a grounding element against the vastness of the cosmos they are observing. Each observation was carefully documented, with precise timings and detailed descriptions. The phases of the eclipse, its intensity, the color of the moon's shadow, all carefully noted and meticulously recorded. The details were painstakingly described, forming a richly detailed tapestry of observations. These observations, in turn, were used to refine astronomical models and to predict future eclipses with increasingly greater accuracy. The instruments themselves were not mass-produced. They were often crafted by skilled artisans, each instrument a unique work of art and precision engineering. Imagine the artisan hunched over his workbench, meticulously crafting each piece with the utmost care, the soft glow of the lamp illuminating his deft fingers. As they carefully shape the brass or polish the wood, the scent of oil and metal fills the air, a testament to the painstaking work involved in creating these tools of celestial observation. The rhythmic tapping of the hammer, the smooth stroke of the file, all contribute to the sense of calm and precise creation. The final product, a testament to human ingenuity and patience. The process of observation, recording, and analysis was, in itself, a meditative practice. The astronomer, immersed in the vastness of the cosmos, finds solace and focus in the precise workings of the instruments, the rhythmic movements of the celestial bodies, and the deliberate precision of his own work. The rhythmic repetition of the observations, the meticulous nature of the recording, the quiet satisfaction of unraveling the secrets of the heavens, these all contribute to a sense of calm and tranquility. The astronomers of the medieval Islamic world transformed the fear of eclipses into a profound scientific and spiritual endeavor. Their meticulous observations, made possible by ingenious instruments and unwavering dedication, not only advanced their understanding of the cosmos, but also brought a sense of order and harmony to the world around them. Let this image of calm, methodical work, a dance between human ingenuity and the celestial clockwork, lull you into a restful slumber. Sleep now. The meticulous observations, then, were not merely scientific exercises. They held profound astrological significance, interwoven with the fabric of daily life in the medieval Islamic world. Imagine the astronomer, after meticulously recording the eclipse's details, turning his attention to the intricate astrological charts. Their lines and symbols, a map of the celestial influences. Feel the smooth, cool surface of the parchment beneath your fingertips, the faint scent of ink and aged paper filling your senses. The intricate network of planetary positions, carefully plotted against the backdrop of the zodiac, reveals a cosmic narrative, a story written in the language of stars. A lunar eclipse, in this context, was not simply a celestial event. It was a powerful omen, a sign from the heavens that required careful interpretation. Consider the slow, deliberate tracing of a finger along the lines of a complex astrological chart. The positions of the moon, the sun, and the other planets at the precise moment of the eclipse held immense significance. Each planet, with its associated qualities and influences, played a role in the overall interpretation. The placement of the eclipse within a specific zodiacal sign further refined the meaning, adding layers of complexity to the astrological reading. Imagine the soft glow of a candle illuminating the chart, casting gentle shadows that dance across the intricate symbols, a silent ballet reflecting the celestial drama above. The interpretations varied greatly, reflecting the diverse schools of astrological thought prevalent during this period. Some astrologers viewed lunar eclipses as inherently negative events, associating them with disasters, calamities, and societal upheaval. The darkness obscuring the moon was seen as a symbol of misfortune, a harbinger of difficult times. The color of the eclipse, whether a deep, ominous red or a more subdued shade, further shaped the interpretation. Imagine the astronomer, his brow furrowed in concentration as he carefully considers the nuanced details of the eclipse and its astrological implications. The weight of the interpretation, the potential impact on the lives of others, adds to the gravity of the task. The air hangs heavy with anticipation as he ponders the possible meanings. Other astrologers, however, held more nuanced views. They saw lunar eclipses not simply as negative events, but as powerful turning points, moments of significant change and transformation. The eclipse, in their view, could mark the beginning of a new cycle, a period of upheaval that ultimately leads to renewal and growth. This interpretation acknowledged the potential for both positive and negative outcomes, emphasizing the importance of careful observation and contextual understanding. Imagine the astronomer now with a look of serene contemplation. He understands the complexity of the cosmic language, the interweaving of negative and positive influences. The astrological interpretations of lunar eclipses extended beyond generalized predictions of societal events. They also offered insights into individual lives. Astrologers would consider the specific planetary configurations at the time of the eclipse in relation to an individual's birth chart. The eclipse's influence, interpreted through this individual lens, would reveal the potential challenges or opportunities that the individual might face during the following period. The intricate dance of planetary influences, a complex interaction of cosmic energies, offers a personalized interpretation, a unique cosmic reading for each individual. Imagine the quiet rustle of parchment as the astronomer carefully compares the eclipse chart with an individual's natal chart, slowly, methodically searching for the telltale patterns, a silent conversation between the celestial and the earthly realms. The influence of these astrological interpretations extended deeply into the daily lives of people in the medieval Islamic world. Decisions regarding travel, marriage, business ventures, and even matters of health were often influenced by the astrological predictions derived from the eclipse. Governments and rulers sought the advice of astrologers, using their interpretations to guide policy and make crucial decisions. This intimate connection between the heavens and the earthly realm highlights the profound impact of astrological beliefs during this period. Imagine a bustling marketplace, the air thick with the sounds of commerce and the murmur of conversations. Yet, even amidst this activity, the shadow of the eclipse casts its influence. Decisions are delayed, plans are reevaluated, and actions are guided by the interpretations of the celestial omen. The process of astrological interpretation was not a hasty affair. It required deep knowledge, careful consideration, and a profound understanding of the complex interplay of celestial forces. The astronomer, steeped in years of study and practice, approaches this task with utmost seriousness, aware of the weight and responsibility of his interpretations. The slow, methodical approach reflects not just the complexity of the astrological system, but also the profound impact of the interpretations on the lives of others. The quiet rustling of parchment, the gentle scratching of the quill, the soft glow of the lamp, these create an atmosphere of quiet contemplation, reflecting the deliberate pace of astrological analysis. The interpretations once made were not kept secret. They were often communicated to the public through various means, including written announcements, oral pronouncements, and even through artistic representations. Imagine a beautifully illuminated manuscript, its vibrant colors and intricate details conveying the astrological interpretation of a particular lunar eclipse. The artist's skill captures the essence of the event, translating the complex celestial language into a visually compelling narrative. This dissemination of knowledge underscores the pervasive influence of astrology and the shared understanding of its significance within the society. The eclipse, once a source of fear, now became a topic of shared conversation, analysis, and community engagement. Let the image of the astronomer, surrounded by his instruments and charts, working under the quiet glow of a lamp, lull you into a restful slumber. The soft murmur of his quiet work, a rhythmic counterpoint to the peaceful stillness of the night, invites you to embrace the tranquility of sleep. Let the slow, deliberate process of astrological interpretation guide your mind towards rest, as the intricate patterns of the heavens slowly fade into the gentle darkness of sleep. Sleep now. The dissemination of these astrological interpretations, however, didn't end with the scholarly circles. They extended, inevitably, to the corridors of power. Consider the Sultan, seated upon his intricately carved throne, the weight of a kingdom resting upon his broad shoulders. Before him, a meticulously prepared chart, illuminated by the soft glow of candlelight, depicts the recent lunar eclipse. The astronomer, his face etched with the lines of years spent deciphering the celestial script, explains the implications. His voice, a low murmur, barely disturbs the hushed stillness of the audience chamber. He speaks of planetary alignments, of auspicious and inauspicious signs, of potential challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. The air is thick with anticipation, heavy with the unspoken weight of royal decisions. The Sultan listens intently, his gaze fixed upon the chart, his mind wrestling with the potential ramifications of the cosmic pronouncements. The astronomer's words are not merely predictions, they are a guide, shaping the Sultan's strategic thinking and influencing his political decisions. The reaction of rulers to lunar eclipses varied widely, a tapestry woven with threads of fear, piety, and calculated pragmatism. Some rulers, deeply superstitious, reacted with immediate and dramatic measures. Imagine a king, his face pale under the crimson glow of the eclipsed moon, ordering public prayers and processions, a desperate plea to appease the celestial forces and avert the perceived calamities. The city would resonate with the chanting of supplications, the rhythmic beat of drums accompanying the solemn procession, a wave of collective anxiety washing over the populace. The sounds, a blend of desperation and fervent hope, would echo in the night, mingling with the spectral glow of the eclipsed moon. These public demonstrations of piety, though born of fear, served to reinforce the ruler's authority, consolidating his position as the protector of his people in the face of celestial threats. He demonstrated his connection to the divine, his role as an intermediary between the heavens and the earth. Other rulers, more pragmatic and less overtly superstitious, used the occasion of a lunar eclipse as an opportunity to consolidate their power and influence. Imagine a sultan observing the eclipse with a calculated detachment. He utilizes the celestial event not as a source of fear, but as a narrative device, a tool to reinforce his authority. He might sponsor large-scale public works projects, a display of his power and generosity in the face of potential adversity. The construction projects, a tangible demonstration of his resolve and resourcefulness, become a visible response to the cosmic omen, transforming fear into a showcase of royal might. The rhythmic clang of hammers, the rumble of carts, the organized activity, these become a sonic counterpoint to the silent, ominous eclipse. A display of human agency in the face of celestial uncertainty. Still others, possessed of a more nuanced understanding of astrology, use the interpretations to guide their political strategies. Consider the vizier, deeply versed in the complexities of astrological predictions. He would advise the sultan, offering subtle interpretations that shaped royal decrees, influencing alliances and military campaigns. Imagine the vizier, his fingers tracing the lines on the astrological chart, quietly explaining the subtle shifts in planetary influence. He might advise against a particular military campaign, pointing to unfavorable celestial omens, or conversely suggest a bold diplomatic initiative, leveraging the favorable planetary configurations. His advice, seemingly rooted in the celestial realm, effectively shapes the sultan's earthly realm, highlighting the potent intermingling of cosmic interpretations and political strategy. The influence of lunar eclipses on the lives of the elite extended beyond the court. Wealthy merchants too consulted astrologers, using their interpretations to guide their business ventures, making crucial decisions based on the perceived auspiciousness or inauspiciousness of the times. Imagine a caravan setting out on a long journey, the camels laden with precious goods, their path influenced by the astrological predictions derived from the recent lunar eclipse. The decisions regarding the timing and routes of these caravans, critical to the success of their trade, were subtly yet profoundly shaped by the celestial interpretations. The rhythmic beat of the caravan's feet, the creak of the laden carts, even the hushed whispers of the merchants, were all infused with the weight of astrological considerations. The quiet rustle of silk robes, the soft glow of lamps illuminating lavishly decorated chambers, the hushed whispers of courtiers, these were all part of the context within which the cosmic portents were interpreted and acted upon. The impact was widespread, touching not just the decisions of rulers, but also the actions of the elite class, demonstrating the pervasive influence of astrology in shaping the social, political, and economic landscape of the medieval Islamic world. Let the gentle image of the astronomer's quiet work, the rhythmic scratching of his quill, the soft glow of lamplight, lull you into a deep and restful sleep. The weight of kingship, the subtle influence of celestial events, let these fade into the gentle darkness as you drift into the peaceful embrace of slumber. Sleep now. The quiet rustle of silk robes, the soft glow of lamps illuminating lavishly decorated chambers, the hushed whispers of courtiers, these were all part of the context within which the cosmic portents were interpreted and acted upon. But the influence of the lunar eclipse extended far beyond the elite. Among the common people, the crimson glow of the eclipsed moon evoked a different set of responses, a tapestry woven with threads of fear, wonder, and deeply ingrained superstitions. Imagine the bustling marketplace, suddenly hushed, the vibrant cacophony of merchants' calls and the rhythmic clang of metalworkers' hammers replaced by a stunned silence. The air, usually thick with the scent of spices and exotic goods, now carries a heavier weight, a palpable sense of unease. The moon, a familiar comforting presence in the night sky, transformed into a monstrous blood-red orb, instilled a primal fear in many. Tales and legends, passed down through generations, painted vivid pictures of the eclipse's origins. Some believed a celestial dragon, a monstrous creature of shadow and darkness, had swallowed the moon, its fiery breath staining the lunar surface crimson. Children, huddled close to their parents, would listen breathlessly to these stories, their imaginations ignited by the eerie glow. The rhythmic pounding of their hearts echoed the apprehensive beat of the drums accompanying prayers in the Sultan's court, a unifying rhythm of fear that transcended social strata. The sounds of these tales, whispered in hushed tones in darkened homes, were an integral part of the experience, weaving a tapestry of anxiety and supernatural wonder. Other beliefs associated the eclipse with the wrath of unseen deities. It was a sign of divine displeasure, a celestial manifestation of wrongdoing within the community. Repentance and atonement were the prescribed remedies. The rhythmic chanting of prayers, rising from countless homes and mosques, created a sonic counterpoint to the silent drama in the heavens. These sounds, imbued with heartfelt supplication, sought to appease the celestial anger and avert the foreseen calamity. The aroma of burning incense, a familiar comfort in times of distress, filled the air, mingling with the scent of the night-blooming jasmine, a fragrant counterpoint to the fear. The actions taken to counteract the perceived ill omen were as varied as the beliefs themselves. Some families would beat drums and pots hoping to scare away the celestial dragon or any malevolent spirits that the eclipse might unleash. The irregular, cacophonous sounds of these improvised instruments, a stark contrast to the ordered rhythms of the court, created a jarring yet strangely comforting soundscape. Others would carry torches and lanterns, lighting the streets and homes with their flickering flames, hoping to dispel the encroaching darkness, both literal and metaphorical. The flicker of light, casting dancing shadows on the walls, created a mesmerizing visual counterpoint to the overwhelming darkness of the eclipse. The tactile experience was also significant. The roughness of the earth beneath their feet, the feel of the cold night air on their skin, the texture of the prayer beads they clutched, all these sensory details served as grounding anchors amid the pervasive fear. The taste of dates and other simple comforts, shared within families, offered a small counterpoint to the overwhelming unease. For many, the eclipse was not simply a fearful event. It also evoked a sense of awe and wonder. The sheer spectacle of the changing moon, its transformation from a brilliant orb to a crimson disk, inspired a deep sense of reverence for the celestial forces. The visual spectacle of the eclipse, the moon transforming before their eyes, was a powerful experience, a humbling reminder of humanity's place within the vast cosmos. The gradual change in the moon's color from pale yellow to deep crimson was a slow, mesmerizing process, creating a visual counterpoint to the underlying apprehension. This wonder was often intertwined with religious belief. The eclipse was seen as a manifestation of God's power, a breathtaking display of celestial majesty. The silence in the marketplace, broken only by the occasional whispered prayer, was replaced after the eclipse passed by the sound of grateful murmurs, relief at the safe return of the moon to its normal glory, the lingering scent of incense, the faint glow of lanterns still burning, all these remnants of the event served to remind them of the intense emotions they had experienced. The stories, the sounds, the smells, the sights, the textures, all these aspects blended together to create a uniquely powerful and pervasive cultural experience. The lunar eclipse, viewed through the lens of popular beliefs and superstitions, was a complex phenomenon, a profound interplay of fear and wonder, shaping the emotional landscape of the medieval Islamic world in ways far beyond the realm of astronomical observation. Let the gentle memory of these interwoven elements settle over you like the soft glow of a distant star. Sleep now. The lingering scent of incense, a subtle yet persistent fragrance, still clung to the air as the first rays of dawn painted the eastern sky with delicate hues of rose and gold. The memory of the eclipse, however, remained vivid, its impact woven into the very fabric of the community's experience. Beyond the immediate reactions of fear and wonder, the lunar eclipse held a significant place within the framework of Islamic theology. The Quran, the holy book of Islam, does not explicitly address lunar eclipses, but interpretations of its verses, coupled with the traditions of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, offered a framework for understanding this celestial event. The prevailing interpretation was not one of fear or superstitious dread, but of a divine sign, a reminder of God's absolute power and control over the universe. The eclipse was seen as a demonstration of Allah's might, a breathtaking display of his capacity to alter the natural order. This understanding fostered not terror, but a profound sense of awe and reverence. Imagine, if you will, the hushed solemnity within the mosques, the soft murmur of prayers rising in unison, like the gentle lapping of waves against a shore. Each whispered word, each heartfelt supplication, was a testament to this understanding, a reaffirmation of faith in the face of the extraordinary. The Prophet Muhammad's teachings further shaped the religious interpretation of eclipses. Narrations, meticulously preserved and passed down through generations, described the Prophet's actions during a lunar eclipse. He would perform a special prayer, a prayer of 2 rak'ahs, units of prayer, emphasizing the importance of seeking refuge in God's mercy and seeking forgiveness for sins. This action, repeated by Muslims for centuries, became a central element of the communal response to a lunar eclipse, transforming a potentially fear-inducing event into an opportunity for spiritual reflection and collective devotion. Recall the rhythmic sound of those prayers, the gentle repetition of familiar verses, a soothing balm against the unease that the eclipse had initially inspired. Feel the coolness of the prayer mat beneath your knees, the weight of your body gently pressing against the earth, a grounding presence amidst the celestial drama. Imagine the scent of the prayer rug, perhaps a mixture of wool and herbs, adding another layer of sensory comfort to this ritual. The simple act of prayer, performed collectively, served not only as a spiritual response, but also as a communal act of reassurance, a shared experience binding the community together. The emphasis on seeking forgiveness and repentance was crucial in the Islamic theological interpretation. The eclipse was often seen as a call for introspection, a moment to examine one's actions and seek atonement for any wrongdoing. This interpretation shifted the focus away from fear towards self-reflection and spiritual growth. The sight of the darkened moon became a catalyst for personal renewal, a prompt for renewed commitment to faith and piety. The communal aspect of the response was as significant as the individual one. The shared experience of prayer, the collective sense of seeking God's mercy, strengthened the bonds of the community. The sounds of these prayers, echoing from homes and mosques across the land, became a symphony of faith, a powerful testament to the unity of belief that transcended geographical boundaries. Consider the visual experience of the dawn following the eclipse. The slow fading of the crimson hue, the gradual return of the moon's silvery light, mirrored the gradual release of apprehension. The sunrise, with its explosion of color, became a symbol of hope and renewal, a visual metaphor for the restoration of order and the unwavering power of faith. The lingering smells of incense, now mingled with the fresh, earthy scent of the morning dew, served as a sensory reminder of the profound experience. The taste of the simple morning meal shared with family and neighbors offered a tangible sense of comfort and normalcy, a contrast to the otherworldly experience of the previous night. The rough texture of the bread, the sweetness of the dates, the warmth of the shared meal, all grounded the experience within the realm of the everyday, creating a soothing counterpoint to the extraordinary. The lunar eclipse, therefore, was not merely a celestial phenomenon, but a profound religious and social experience. It was an event that both evoked awe and fostered spiritual growth. The interpretations offered by Islamic theology framed it as a sign of God's power, a call for repentance, and an opportunity for communal prayer and reflection. The memory of this experience, deeply embedded in the cultural consciousness, provided a rich tapestry of beliefs and practices that helped shape the religious and social landscape of the medieval Islamic world. Let the quietude of this understanding settle over you like a gentle hand, guiding you towards the peaceful embrace of sleep. Now, rest. Let us now turn our attention to a specific instance, a single lunar eclipse recorded within the rich tapestry of medieval Islamic history. The chronicles, meticulously preserved across libraries and monasteries, whisper of the event of the 2nd of Jumada al-Tanai in the year 644 AH, 1246 CE. The accounts, written in elegant Arabic script, describe a lunar eclipse of significant magnitude, visible across vast swaths of the Islamic world. Imagine the evening air, still warm from the day's sun, gradually cooling as twilight descended, the sky a canvas of deepening blues and purples prepared for the celestial drama to unfold. The first subtle shift in the moon's luminescence would have been imperceptible at first, a barely noticeable dimming, like the slow fading of a distant lamp. But as the Earth's shadow crept across the lunar surface, the change became more pronounced. A gradual obscuration of the celestial body, the soft, silvery glow gave way to a deeper, richer hue, a spectrum of browns, reds, and oranges, transforming the moon into an ethereal, otherworldly presence. The accounts from various cities across the vast Islamic empire paint a vivid picture. From Damascus, nestled amidst its ancient walls, to Baghdad, the jewel of the Abbasid Caliphate, and onward to Cairo, the heart of Egypt, observers meticulously documented the progression of the eclipse. Their observations, recorded in detailed astronomical charts and personal diaries, provide a remarkable insight into the methods of observation employed during this period. Picture the scholars, equipped with their simple instruments, astrolabes perhaps, or carefully constructed quadrants, meticulously recording the time and the precise phase of the eclipse. Imagine the scent of parchment and ink mingling with the night air, a tangible reminder of the meticulous effort involved in preserving this celestial event for posterity. One account, penned by a scholar in Aleppo, speaks of the hushed expectancy that descended upon the city as the eclipse unfolded. The usual evening bustle, the sounds of merchants closing their shops, the chatter of neighbors, gradually subsided. The silence, broken only by the gentle rustle of leaves and the distant call of an owl, was profound. He describes the feeling as one of reverent anticipation, a sense of being in the presence of something both awe-inspiring and deeply significant. The texture of the night air, cool and crisp against the skin, became a tangible part of the experience, as did the earthy scent of the Aleppo soil beneath his feet. The darkness, far from being menacing, heightened the intensity of the experience. The accounts from Cairo offer a slightly different perspective. In the bustling heart of the city, the eclipse was viewed not just as an astronomical event, but as a pivotal moment in the social fabric of the community. Consider the sounds of the city, the rhythmic clang of the blacksmith's hammer gradually fading, the murmured prayers from mosques growing in intensity, the hushed whispers of the people gathering in the streets, the texture of the crowds, a densely packed mass of people united in a shared experience, would have been palpable. The visual spectacle of the partially eclipsed moon above the dense urban landscape would have been quite unlike the serene view described from Aleppo. The shared experience of prayer, described in countless accounts, formed the central response to the celestial event. The rhythmic chanting, the repeated verses of the Quran would have created a palpable sense of communal unity. Visualize the soft glow of candlelight within the mosques, illuminating the devout faces of the worshippers, creating a warmly lit sanctuary against the encroaching darkness outside. The weight of the prayer mats beneath their knees, the murmur of collective supplication provided a comforting grounding in the midst of the celestial drama. Feel the texture of their traditional clothing, the weight of the prayer beads in their hands, the gentle sway of their bodies as they bowed in prayer. The smells of incense, often used during religious ceremonies, would have added another layer of sensory richness to this collective experience. Following the eclipse, as the moon slowly regained its brilliance, the communal atmosphere transitioned into one of shared relief and reflection. The taste of simple food, shared amongst families and neighbors, would have been especially poignant, a return to the everyday amidst the extraordinary, the warmth of the shared meal, the comforting texture of the bread, the sweetness of the dates. These simple pleasures would have provided a tangible sense of normalcy and reassurance. The slow, gentle fading of the crimson hues from the moon, mirroring the gradual lifting of collective apprehension, would have served as a powerful visual metaphor for hope and renewal. The crisp morning air, carrying the scent of dew-kissed earth, would have added to the sense of refreshment and rebirth. This single event, documented across multiple sources, provides a glimpse into the complex interplay of scientific observation, religious interpretation, and social response to the phenomenon of a lunar eclipse in the medieval Islamic world. It is a testament to the rich tapestry of beliefs and practices that shaped the cultural landscape of this era. Let the quietude of this historical narrative settle over you, like the soft glow of the moon emerging from the shadow, guiding you towards the peaceful embrace of sleep. Now, rest. The meticulous records left behind offer more than just astronomical data. They offer a glimpse into the lives of the scholars themselves. Imagine Abd al-Rahman al-Sufi in his observatory in Shiraz, his weathered hands carefully adjusting the astrolabe, the cool metal a contrast to the warmth of the Persian night, the scent of jasmine and night-blooming roses mingling with the dust of the star charts spread before him. He meticulously notes the precise timing of the eclipse, his quill scratching softly across the parchment, the faint squeak, a counterpoint to the chirping of crickets. His detailed descriptions, often accompanied by exquisite illustrations, are not simply scientific observations. They are a testament to his dedication, his patience, and his profound connection to the cosmos. Consider the weight of his responsibility to accurately record the movements of the heavens, to contribute to the ever-growing body of astronomical knowledge that was the pride of the Islamic world. Feel the texture of the heavy, bound volumes containing his work, the age-old parchment whispering tales of countless nights spent under the watchful gaze of the stars. Then there is Ibn Yunus in Cairo, a figure almost mythical in his precision. His astronomical tables, a culmination of years of painstaking observation, are legendary for their accuracy. Picture him in his study, the flickering candlelight casting long shadows across the intricate diagrams adorning his walls. The smell of old books and polished brass instruments fills the air. He meticulously calibrates his instruments, ensuring the utmost precision in his measurement. His observations, recorded with a meticulousness that borders on the obsessive, are a testament to his unwavering dedication to scientific accuracy. The rhythmic tick-tock of a water clock, perhaps, provides a steady beat to his work, a gentle pulse in the quiet of the night. Imagine the feel of the cool stone beneath his feet, the weight of his instruments in his hands, the slight tremor in his fingers as he records his observations. His writings are not just a collection of data. They are a window into the mind of a brilliant scientist, painstakingly unraveling the mysteries of the universe. Further north, in Baghdad, al-Biruni, a polymath of immense renown observes the eclipse with a perspective that transcends mere astronomical calculation. His encyclopedic knowledge encompasses astronomy, mathematics, geography, and philosophy. He views the eclipse not just as a celestial event, but as a complex interplay of celestial mechanics and earthly phenomena. Picture him surrounded by his vast library, the scent of aged paper and leather filling the air. His detailed accounts are not just descriptions of the eclipse itself, but insightful, analyses of its causes and implications. The weight of his scholarly reputation, the knowledge that his observations will shape future understanding, adds another layer to his work. The sounds of the city, a far cry from the quiet of Shiraz or the serenity of Aleppo, are filtered through his scholarly lens, becoming part of the rich tapestry of his observations. He integrates his detailed astronomical calculations with insightful philosophical reflections, showing how the seemingly random movements of the celestial bodies can be understood through careful observation and rigorous analysis. These scholars, working across vast distances and diverse environments, yet united by a shared passion for knowledge, left behind a legacy of detailed observations, insightful analyses, and meticulously crafted instruments. Their writings are not mere historical artifacts. They are living testaments to human curiosity, ingenuity, and the enduring quest to understand the universe. The weight of their contribution to our understanding of lunar eclipses and indeed to the wider field of astronomy is immense, and their legacy continues to inspire awe and admiration. Consider the intricate diagrams they painstakingly created, the complex calculations they meticulously performed, the countless hours spent observing the heavens. Feel the texture of the parchment, the weight of the instruments, the warmth of the candlelight illuminating their tireless work. Hear the gentle rustle of turning pages, the soft scratch of quill on parchment, the quiet murmur of their concentration. Imagine the satisfaction of uncovering a new truth, the thrill of contributing to the collective body of knowledge. Let their dedication, their passion, and their meticulous work soothe you, guiding you towards the tranquility of sleep. Let the quiet hum of their scholarly endeavors lull you into a peaceful slumber. Now, rest. But how did this wealth of astronomical knowledge, these meticulously recorded observations, travel across the vast expanse of the Islamic world? The sharing of astronomical data, like the slow, deliberate movements of the celestial bodies themselves, was a process of careful transmission, a delicate dance between scholars, patrons, and the very nature of communication in the medieval era. Imagine a caravan laden not with silks and spices, but with precious scrolls meticulously copied and bound. The rhythmic thud of camel hooves on desert sand, the whisper of the wind across the dunes accompanies the journey of these astronomical records, each carefully protected from the harsh elements. The parchment, brittle with age, carries the weight of centuries, each carefully penned observation a testament to the patience and dedication of countless scribes. Feel the sun-baked leather of the carrying cases, the weight of the scrolls within, a tangible connection to the minds that produced them. The air, thick with the scent of desert dust and the faint, sweet smell of camel hide, mingles with the quiet reverence of the travelers, their solemn task to disseminate knowledge across the vast distances that separated the great centers of learning. Consider the painstaking process of copying these texts, a labor of love performed in dimly lit scriptoria. The gentle scratch of quill against parchment, the faint scent of ink in old paper, the rhythmic breathing of the scribe. These details constitute a sensory experience as rich as the knowledge they carefully transcribed. Imagine the dedication of these individuals, their patient hands meticulously replicating the original observations, ensuring the preservation of vital astronomical data for future generations. The weight of each copied word, each meticulously drawn diagram, speaks of the shared responsibility, a silent pact between past and future. The quiet contemplation of these scribes, their fingers gently guiding the quill across the parchment, contributes to the unfolding narrative of astronomical knowledge. Scholars did not lie silently in doubt. The transmission of knowledge wasn't solely reliant on physical copies, however. Think of the bustling marketplaces of Baghdad, Cairo, and Damascus, vibrant hubs of intellectual exchange. Scholars from diverse backgrounds, each with their own expertise, gathered and debated, sharing observations and theories, comparing notes and interpretations. The cacophony of voices, the clash of ideas, the lively exchange of information, all formed a vibrant ecosystem of learning. Picture the bustling scene, the aroma of spices and exotic fruits mingling with the scent of freshly ground ink, the sounds of bartering and conversation woven together in a lively tapestry. Scholars might meet in private libraries, the hushed reverence of the space amplified only by the gentle rustle of pages, a stark contrast to the vibrant marketplaces. In these quieter settings, the exchange was more focused, the discussions more intense, the weight of their collective understanding felt as they shared their insights and findings. The establishment of institutions of learning played a crucial role in this process. Imagine the majestic libraries of Al-Azhar University in Cairo, or the House of Wisdom in Baghdad, vast repositories of knowledge, where scholars from across the world gathered to study and share their findings. These buildings, themselves testaments to the importance of scholarship, fostered collaborative work and the creation of networks of knowledge exchange. Feel the cool touch of the stone walls, the weight of history within those hallowed halls. Smell the scent of aged paper and leather, the hushed reverence of dedicated study. Hear the quiet murmur of scholarly discussion, the gentle turn of ancient pages. Patronage also played a pivotal role. Consider the lavish courts of powerful rulers, who often supported astronomical research and the dissemination of knowledge. Imagine a royal audience, a learned scholar presenting his findings to an appreciative monarch, the hushed whispers of admiration as the intricacies of the eclipse are explained. The opulent setting, the weight of royal favor, added another layer to the transmission of data. The royal patronage ensured not only the financial support for scientific endeavors, but also lent prestige and influence to the work, thus facilitating its wider dissemination. The opulent tapestries, the rich scents of incense, the low murmurs of courtiers, all contributed to the atmosphere of the royal court. The use of correspondence, a less visually rich but vitally important method, should also be considered. Imagine the weight of a letter, bearing the carefully penned observations of a distant scholar. Feel the crispness of the parchment, the faint scent of the ink. The journey of the letter, its passage across vast distances, its arrival bearing the promise of new knowledge, each step a testament to the enduring human desire to share and learn. Finally, consider the enduring legacy of these methods, the painstaking process of copying manuscripts, the vibrant exchange in bustling marketplaces, the collaborative work in established institutions, the influence of royal patronage, and the timely use of correspondence, all contributed to the creation of a vast network of knowledge dissemination. This network not only facilitated the sharing of astronomical data related to lunar eclipses, but also laid the foundation for the advancement of science and learning across the Islamic world, a legacy that continues to resonate through time. The quiet hum of scholarly endeavor, the slow and deliberate process of transmission, ensures that the work of those sleepless historians continues to inform and inspire. Now rest. The legacy of those tireless scribes and scholars extended beyond the meticulous transcription of astronomical data. Their impact reverberates through the visual and literary arts, shaping how lunar eclipses were perceived and depicted. Imagine, for instance, the illuminated manuscripts, painstakingly crafted works of art, where celestial events were not merely recorded but celebrated. Picture the rich blues and golds used to depict the night sky, the subtle gradations of color capturing the darkening of the moon during an eclipse. Feel the cool, smooth surface of the vellum, the gentle weight of the manuscript in your hands. The artist's hand, guided by both scientific observation and artistic vision, rendered the event with a precision that belies the painstaking hours invested in its creation. Notice the details, the shimmering stars, meticulously placed, the subtle shifts in the moon's coloration, the almost imperceptible variations in tone reflecting the changing intensity of the eclipse, the very texture of the page, the faint impression of the quill, speaks of the intimate connection between the scribe, the artist, and the celestial event itself. Consider the miniature paintings found within larger texts, often nestled within the margins or carefully placed within decorative borders. These miniature depictions, though small in scale, are often rich in detail, showing the moon in various stages of eclipse, surrounded by stars and constellations. Notice the subtle use of light and shadow, the artist's masterful command of color, conveying a sense of awe and wonder. Observe the symbolic elements too, the careful placement of figures, perhaps representing rulers or scholars, acknowledging the cultural significance of the event. Imagine the scent of the aged pigments, the faint lingering aroma of the materials used centuries ago. The textures, the subtle interplay of colors, the almost imperceptible variations in brushstrokes, all these combine to create a sensory experience that transcends the simple recording of an astronomical event. The literary depictions offer a different perspective, weaving astronomical phenomena into the fabric of storytelling. Imagine the rhythmic cadence of the poetry, the evocative language used to describe the moon's transformation, the slow, deliberate unfolding of the narrative. The poets, often deeply versed in both science and literature, drew upon their knowledge to create vivid and memorable descriptions of eclipses. Hear the echoes of their words, the subtle shifts in rhythm and tone reflecting the changing phases of the eclipse. Feel the weight of their language, the power of their imagery, conveying not only the visual aspects of the event but also its emotional impact. The metaphors and allegories they employed often resonated with the cultural understanding of the time, blending scientific observation with religious belief and astrological interpretation. The imagery used was not just decorative, it conveyed a deeper meaning, often reflecting the anxieties and hopes of the period. Consider the prose narratives, where lunar eclipses might be integrated into larger stories, serving as symbolic events or plot devices. The descriptions of these eclipses were not mere background details, they were carefully crafted elements integral to the narrative's arc. Notice the subtle use of foreshadowing, the way the eclipse might mirror the emotional state of the characters or foreshadow impending events. The careful pacing of the narrative, the slow, deliberate unfolding of the story, creates an immersive experience. Imagine reading these stories aloud, feeling the rhythm of the language, the weight of the words, the emotional resonance of the descriptions, the sound of the voice, the inflection and pacing, all work together to evoke the atmosphere of the period and the significance of the celestial event. Even in everyday life, the impact of lunar eclipses is evident in the visual and literary arts. The designs on pottery, the patterns on textiles, the architectural elements, all these can reflect the prevalent celestial imagery of the time. Imagine the patterns on a ceramic bowl, the subtle repetition of moon phases, echoing the smooth surface of the clay, the cool weight of the bowl in your hand, or imagine the intricate patterns woven into a textile. The interplay of colors and shapes reflecting the celestial drama. The textures, the colors, the shapes, these were not merely decorative elements. They reflected a deeper cultural understanding of the universe and humanity's place within it. The faint scent of the dyes, the softness of the fabric, all these contribute to the sensory experience of interacting with objects that bear witness to centuries past. The artistic and literary representations of lunar eclipses in the medieval Islamic world weren't simply artistic expressions, they were vital threads in the tapestry of cultural understanding. They were a testament to the deep human connection with the cosmos, a reflection of the scientific knowledge of the time, a medium for expressing wonder, fear, and ultimately a profound sense of awe in the face of the universe's grand design. Let the images and words linger, becoming part of your own quiet contemplation. Let the weight of history, the gentle passage of time, settle over you. Now, allow the calm and serenity of the night sky to envelop you. Sleep. The artistic and literary representations, however, only offer a glimpse into the wider cultural response. To truly understand the impact of lunar eclipses on the daily lives of people in the medieval Islamic world, we must move beyond the realm of art and literature and into the quieter spaces of everyday existence. Imagine the hushed anticipation in a bustling marketplace as the eclipse begins. The gradual dimming of the light casting long, lengthening shadows, the vibrant cacophony of merchants' calls, the rhythmic clang of the blacksmith's hammer, the chatter of neighbors, all slowly subside, replaced by a collective stillness. A shared experience of the celestial event unfolding above. Picture a family gathered in their home, the flickering light of a lamp casting dancing shadows on the walls. The children, their eyes wide with a mixture of wonder and apprehension, huddle close to their parents. The air is thick with the scent of incense, perhaps frankincense or myrrh burning in a small brazier, a familiar comfort in the face of the unfamiliar. Hear the gentle murmur of prayers, the rhythmic repetition of supplications for protection and guidance. Feel the weight of tradition, the comfort derived from familiar rituals passed down through generations. The eclipse, a powerful reminder of the forces beyond human control, fosters a deep sense of shared vulnerability, a collective reliance on faith and community. Consider the preparations made beforehand. Many families would have ensured their homes were well lit, lamps prepared, and essential supplies close at hand. The dimming light could have caused considerable disruption to daily routines, especially for those whose livelihoods depended on daylight. Imagine the anxious wait of a farmer, his gaze fixed on the darkening sky, praying for the safe return of the moon's light, for the well-being of his crops. The eclipse held real implications for their survival. A prolonged darkness could have affected the timing of planting and harvesting, and therefore their very subsistence. The responses varied across different regions and communities. In some areas, the eclipse might be met with widespread alarm, prompting people to seek refuge in their homes, engaging in acts of supplication and prayer. The rhythmic chanting of prayers, the quiet repetition of sacred verses, offers a sense of solace and control in the face of a seemingly unpredictable phenomenon. The scent of incense, the flickering candlelight, the weight of shared faith, these sensory details paint a picture of collective response to the celestial event. Imagine the sounds emanating from the mosques, the amplified calls to prayer, a powerful response to the darkening sky. The collective voice, the shared ritual, offered reassurance and hope. In other places, the eclipse might have been viewed as a less ominous event, perhaps more of a spectacle, an opportunity for observation and reflection. The astronomers and scholars, keenly observing the eclipse's progression, meticulously recording its timing and phases, would have taken detailed notes, adding to the growing body of astronomical knowledge. Their observations, painstakingly documented and preserved, contributed significantly to the understanding of celestial mechanics and the universe's workings. Picture them, huddled around their instruments, the faint glow of their lamps illuminating their faces, their minds engaged in the meticulous task of observation and recording, the sounds of their calculations, the rustling of papers, the gentle click of their instruments, a different kind of quiet, focused energy in response to the eclipse. The common thread, regardless of the specific response, was a deep engagement with the event, a recognition of its significance within the cosmic order. The eclipse served as a powerful reminder of humanity's place within the grand scheme of the universe. Feel the quiet awe in observing the moon, slowly disappearing behind the Earth's shadow, a testament to the powerful forces at play beyond human comprehension. Imagine the quiet wonder of people, gazing at the night sky, sensing their interconnectedness with the cosmos. Even the mundane tasks of daily life were subtly influenced by the eclipse. Imagine the altered rhythms of work and rest, the shift in social interactions, the change in the mood of the community, the sense of shared experience, the collective response to the celestial event transcended the purely astronomical, touching upon the emotional, spiritual, and social fabric of daily existence. The fading light, the hushed anticipation, the subsequent return of the moon's glow, all these contribute to a unique sensory experience, a profound connection with the celestial rhythms of the universe. The detailed descriptions, meticulously recorded in manuscripts and preserved across centuries, allow us to reconstruct these varied reactions. Let these images of daily life, the hushed prayer, the astronomer's calculations, the farmer's anxiety, the child's wonder, resonate within you and become part of your own quiet contemplation. Let the gentle passage of time, the slow unfolding of the narrative, lead you towards a state of restful peace. The rhythm of the night, the stillness of the air, the calming cadence of the ancient words. Sleep. The return of the moon's light, a slow, gentle unveiling, brought with it a sense of relief, a collective sigh of contentment. But even as the celestial drama concluded, the echoes of the eclipse resonated within the community, subtly influencing daily life in unexpected ways. For many, the experience extended beyond the purely astronomical, intertwining with deeply held beliefs about health and well-being. Consider for a moment the medical understanding of the time. The humors, the balance of elements within the body, were believed to be intimately connected to the celestial spheres. The moon in particular held a powerful influence, its phases mirroring the cyclical changes within the human body. The eclipse, a disruption of this celestial harmony, was often associated with a corresponding disruption in the delicate balance of humors. Imagine a physician, his brow furrowed in concentration, examining a patient whose ailment coincided with the lunar eclipse. The patient's complaints, perhaps a fever, an unusual rash, or digestive distress, might be attributed to the celestial event, its influence permeating even the innermost workings of the body. The prevailing medical understanding of the time didn't necessarily link the eclipse directly to causing illness, but it certainly influenced the interpretation of symptoms and the course of treatment. Picture the physician's consultation room, dimly lit by a single oil lamp, the scent of herbs and medicinal concoctions lingering in the air. The gentle sounds of the physician's instruments, the careful palpitation of the pulse, the quiet exchange of words all form a soothing, almost meditative atmosphere. The physician might advise a regimen of herbal remedies tailored to restore the patient's humoral balance, disrupted by the celestial imbalance. Imagine the careful measuring of ingredients, the precise grinding of herbs, the gentle simmering of potions, the sensory experience of the consultation, the earthy scent of herbs, the subtle warmth of the lamp, the hushed tones of the conversation, would have been integral to the healing process itself. The remedies themselves were often carefully chosen based on the astrological significance of the eclipse. Certain herbs, believed to be governed by the moon, might be particularly effective during this period. The physician's knowledge wasn't confined to purely medical understanding. It was interwoven with astrology, alchemy, and a deep awareness of the cosmos' influence on earthly matters. The precise timing of the administration of remedies might be influenced by the phases of the moon following the eclipse, further highlighting the interwoven nature of the celestial and the terrestrial. The documentation of this connection between lunar eclipses and health is scattered, woven into medical texts and personal accounts, often interwoven with other beliefs and practices. We can imagine the detailed notes made by physicians, meticulously recording the symptoms of their patients, their treatments, and the celestial context. Picture the pages of ancient manuscripts, filled with elegant cursive script, diagrams of the body, and astrological charts, a testament to the integrated approach to medicine in the medieval Islamic world. The slow, deliberate writing of these accounts, the careful selection of words and symbols, contributes to the sense of calm and focus that characterized the medical profession of the time. Beyond specific treatments, the eclipse itself might be viewed as a time of heightened vulnerability. This period was often associated with an increased risk of illness, or at least a greater susceptibility to existing ailments. The subtle changes in the body, the perceived disruption of humoral balance, might make individuals more susceptible to disease. This belief is reflected in the precautions taken by many. We can imagine families carefully cleaning their homes, increasing their intake of certain protective foods, and reinforcing their routines of prayer and supplication. These preventative measures aim to bolster the body's resilience in the face of the perceived celestial influence. Think of the quiet preparations within a typical household, the careful arrangement of protective amulets, the preparation of strengthening broths, the increased attention to hygiene. The gentle sounds of these activities, the clinking of bowls, the rustling of fabrics, the quiet murmurs of preparation, offer a sense of order and calm amidst the potential upheaval caused by the eclipse. These were not necessarily frantic or panicky responses, but rather preventative measures, demonstrations of faith and belief in the interconnectedness of the cosmic and the human realms. The beliefs surrounding the eclipse impact on health weren't uniform across the entire medieval Islamic world. Regional variations in medical practices, astrological interpretations, and even the experience of the eclipse itself meant that responses varied significantly. However, the common thread was the deeply ingrained understanding of the universe's influence on the human body and the careful integration of celestial observation into medical practice. This connection was not seen as purely superstitious, it was part of a larger cosmological framework that shaped the understanding of health and illness in the medieval Islamic world. Recall the quiet murmur of prayers, the rhythmic repetition of supplications, the gentle scent of incense, all elements that played a role in maintaining both physical and spiritual well-being, especially during periods perceived as vulnerable, like those following a lunar eclipse. The detailed study of these practices, the precise recipes for medicinal concoctions, the astrological reasoning behind treatments, the careful observations of the celestial phenomenon, offers a captivating insight into the worldviews of the time, allowing us to appreciate the rich tapestry of medical, astrological, and religious beliefs that shaped medieval Islamic culture. Let the slow unfolding of this knowledge, the gentle rhythm of the narrative, guide you towards a state of serene relaxation. Let the quiet stillness of the night envelop you. Sleep. The beliefs surrounding the eclipse's impact on health, as we've seen, weren't monolithic. Consider the subtle shifts in perspective as we move across the vast geographical expanse of the medieval Islamic world. Imagine the arid landscapes of Al-Andalus, the vibrant marketplaces of Baghdad, the bustling ports of Alexandria, each echoing with its own unique understanding of the celestial event. In the West, under the Moorish rule of Spain, the influence of Greco-Roman medical traditions was still palpable. Think of the hushed consultations within the cool, whitewashed walls of a physician's chamber, the scent of citrus blossoms drifting in from a nearby garden, a gentle breeze carrying the faint sound of distant water. The approach to eclipse illnesses might have incorporated elements of humoral theory, emphasizing the balance of fluids within the body. The remedies, perhaps, would include carefully chosen herbs, their potency enhanced, it was believed, by the lunar alignment. Visualize the physician, with his delicate instruments, meticulously examining a patient's tongue, a subtle dance of observation and diagnosis. His notes, recorded in a graceful Arabic script, might detail the patient's symptoms, the planetary positions at the time of the eclipse, and the precise herbal concoction prescribed. Now let us travel east to the heartland of the Abbasid Caliphate. In Baghdad, a city of dazzling intellectual ferment, the astronomical knowledge was more advanced, the astrological interpretations often more complex. Envision the grand observatory, its instruments gleaming under the night sky, meticulous observations being recorded, the scribes diligently noting the precise timing and duration of the eclipse. The response to the celestial event might have been less focused on purely medicinal concerns, and more on broader astrological predictions, foretelling events at a societal level. The hushed discussions in the scholarly circles, the quiet debates in the libraries, the gentle rustling of parchment as ancient texts were consulted. These scenes offer a different perspective on the cultural impact of the eclipse. Further east still, in Persia, the rich legacy of pre-Islamic medical traditions blended with the new Islamic cosmology. Imagine the serene gardens of a physician's house, the sound of running water in a nearby fountain, the scent of roses and jasmine filling the air. The healing arts might have incorporated elements of ancient Persian medicine, with a particular emphasis on the balance of energies within the body. The eclipse, then, might have been seen as a disruption of these energies, requiring specific remedies to restore harmony. Picture the slow, methodical preparation of medicinal oils and balms, the rhythmic grinding of herbs, the quiet chanting of prayers as the physician blended his ingredients. The remedies, infused with a deep understanding of the cosmic forces, would then be applied with gentle hands, aiming to restore balance and well-being. In the regions of Central Asia, the influence of nomadic traditions might have added yet another layer of interpretation to the eclipse phenomenon. Imagine the vast steppe, the endless horizon, the stars blazing brilliantly in the clear night sky. The eclipse might have been viewed not just as a medical or astrological event, but also as a spiritual one, a message from the heavens, a reminder of the vastness of the cosmos and humanity's place within it. The response, perhaps, would have incorporated shamanistic practices, rituals aimed at appeasing the celestial forces and securing the well-being of the community. Picture the quiet gatherings around a crackling fire, the soft chanting of prayers, the rhythmic beat of drums. These elements created a sense of community and resilience amidst the celestial display. Even within a single region, there existed a diversity of perspectives. A scholar in Damascus might have viewed the eclipse through a lens of Aristotelian philosophy, emphasizing the natural causes of the celestial phenomenon, while a devout Sufi mystic might have interpreted it as a divine sign, a reminder of the ephemeral nature of earthly existence. The contrast in interpretations mirrors the rich tapestry of beliefs and knowledge that characterized the Islamic world during this era. The common thread linking all these varied responses, however, was the deeply embedded understanding of the cosmos's influence on the earthly realm. This wasn't a simplistic, superstitious fear, but rather a sophisticated cosmological framework, integrating medicine, astrology, and faith into a holistic worldview. The careful documentation of these beliefs, the meticulous recording of medical practices, the insightful interpretations of astrological signs, these offer a glimpse into the minds of people living centuries ago, their lives intimately entwined with the rhythms of the heavens. The slow, measured pace of this study, like the quiet unfolding of a lunar eclipse itself, invites tranquility and peace. Allow the image of these ancient manuscripts, filled with careful observations and insightful reflections, to soothe your mind. Let the gentle rhythm of the narrative lull you into a state of restful sleep. Sleep now. The careful observations and meticulous recordings of lunar eclipses during the medieval Islamic Golden Age didn't simply vanish with the passing of centuries. Their legacy, like the faint afterglow of the eclipsed moon, continues to illuminate the path of astronomical understanding. Imagine the dusty shelves of a library in 16th century Istanbul, the scent of aging paper and leather filling the air. A scholar, perhaps a descendant of those Baghdad astronomers, gently lifts a weighty manuscript, its pages filled with precise astronomical calculations from centuries past. He traces the elegant Arabic script, deciphering the observations of his predecessors, their insights adding another layer to his own understanding of the celestial mechanics. These records, painstakingly preserved and passed down through generations, provided a crucial foundation for later astronomical advancements. The sophisticated instruments developed during the medieval Islamic period, astrolabes, quadrants, and armillary spheres, were further refined and improved upon, their designs echoing the ingenuity of those early astronomers who so diligently tracked the movements of the celestial bodies. Picture the meticulous craftsmanship involved in creating these instruments, the careful polishing of brass and the precise alignment of their components, the quiet hum of the workshop, the gentle tap-tap-tap of the craftsman's tools, the subtle scent of metal and wood, all contribute to a sense of calm precision. Consider the impact on the development of mathematical tools. The advancements in trigonometry, crucial for astronomical calculations, were deeply indebted to the contributions of medieval Islamic scholars. Their work on spherical trigonometry, the geometry of spheres, enabled a more accurate calculation of planetary positions and the prediction of eclipses. Envision the scholar, lost in a world of geometrical figures, meticulously drawing diagrams in his notebook, each line a testament to the pursuit of understanding. The quiet scratching of the pen against paper, the gentle rustle of parchment as he turns the pages, the faint scent of ink, these are the sounds and smells of intellectual discovery. The systematic collection of observational data, a hallmark of medieval Islamic astronomy, set a precedent for future scientific practice. The emphasis on meticulous observation and precise measurement was a significant departure from earlier, more speculative approaches to astronomy. Visualize a scholar diligently recording the precise timings of the eclipse, using water clocks or other ingenious devices to measure time with remarkable accuracy. The rhythmic dripping of water, the steady ticking of a clock, the soft scratching of the pen, these are the gentle rhythms of scientific observation. The transmission of this knowledge was not confined to the Islamic world. The works of medieval Islamic astronomers were translated into Latin and other European languages, enriching the intellectual life of Europe during the Renaissance and beyond. Imagine the bustling atmosphere of a medieval European university, scholars poring over translated manuscripts, debating the implications of the new findings. The hushed whispers of discussion, the the rustling of parchment, the scratching of quills against paper, these are the sounds of intellectual exchange. The influence of medieval Islamic astronomy extended beyond the purely scientific realm. The astrological interpretations, while different in their detailed aspects from our contemporary understanding, nevertheless reflected a sophisticated cosmological worldview. The influence of the perceived planetary alignments on human events, a perspective woven into the fabric of medieval society, found expression in art, literature, and social custom. Imagine the intricate detail of a miniature painting depicting a scene influenced by the astronomical positions during an eclipse. The artist's careful brushstrokes, the meticulous application of color, the faint scent of pigments, these are the elements of artistic expression. The legacy of medieval eclipse studies, therefore, is not merely a collection of historical data, but rather a rich tapestry woven from scientific observation, mathematical innovation, and cultural interpretation. The slow, methodical approach of those early astronomers, their dedication to accurate measurement and detailed recording, continues to inspire awe and admiration. The gentle rhythm of their work, the hushed whispers of their debates, the quiet rustle of their manuscripts all contribute to a lasting legacy, a legacy that continues to enrich our understanding of the universe and our place within it. Allow the image of those ancient manuscripts, filled with the wisdom of centuries past, to soothe your mind. Let the slow, measured pace of this narrative lull you into a state of restful sleep. Asleep now. The legacy of medieval Islamic astronomy, therefore, is not merely a collection of historical data, but a rich tapestry woven from meticulous observation, ingenious innovation, and profound cultural interpretation. Feel the weight of those ancient texts in your hands, the cool smoothness of the aged parchment, the subtle scent of time itself clinging to the pages. Let the rhythmic rise and fall of your breath mirror the slow, deliberate movements of the celestial bodies across the night sky. Consider the sheer scale of the undertaking. Generations of scholars, each building upon the work of their predecessors, painstakingly charting the movements of the stars and planets. Imagine the hushed reverence of the observatory, the cool night air on your skin, the faint starlight illuminating the faces of the astronomers as they make their observations, the rhythmic tick-tock of a water clock, the gentle scraping of a stylus on a wax tablet. These are the sounds of patient dedication. Feel the weight of their commitment, the quiet persistence in the face of seemingly insurmountable challenges. The transmission of this knowledge was not a mere transfer of facts. It was the passing on of a way of seeing, a way of understanding the world. It was a legacy of intellectual curiosity, a testament to the enduring human desire to comprehend the mysteries of the cosmos. Picture a caravan winding its way across the desert, carrying precious manuscripts from one city to another, each scroll a treasure trove of astronomical knowledge. The rhythmic swaying of the camels, the soft whisper of the desert wind, the vast expanse of the star-studded sky. These are the elements of a journey of knowledge. The influence of these medieval astronomers extended far beyond the confines of their own time and place. Their work provided a foundation for later astronomical advancements in Europe and beyond. Their mathematical innovations, particularly in trigonometry and spherical geometry, were essential for the development of modern astronomy. Feel the smooth, cool surface of an astrolabe in your hands, the intricate detail of its engraved markings. Let your fingers trace the lines, imagining the countless hours of work that went into its creation. This instrument, a marvel of precision and ingenuity, was a window into the heavens, a tool that allowed astronomers to measure the positions of the stars and planets with remarkable accuracy. Think of the armillary sphere, a model of the celestial sphere, a three-dimensional representation of the heavens. Imagine turning it slowly in your hands, feeling the weight of the brass rings, the cool metal against your skin. See the intricate design, the precise alignment of the circles, a testament to the astronomer's deep understanding of celestial mechanics. Let the gentle turning of the sphere lull you into a state of tranquility, and consider the astrological interpretations woven into the fabric of medieval Islamic society. While our understanding of astrology has evolved since then, it is important to recognize the role it played in shaping the worldview of the time. The influence of the stars and planets on human affairs was a deeply held belief, reflected in art, literature, and social customs, visualize a miniature painting, its delicate brush strokes capturing the essence of a celestial event, the intricate detail reflecting the artist's profound understanding of the cosmos. The legacy of medieval Islamic lunar eclipse studies, therefore, is not merely a matter of scientific achievement, but a window into a vibrant culture, a testament to the power of human curiosity, and a reminder of the enduring human fascination with the night sky. The faint glow of the eclipsed moon, the soft whisper of the desert wind, the rhythmic tick-tock of a water clock. These are the elements that contribute to a feeling of profound peace. Let the image of the scholar, hunched over his manuscripts, the gentle scratching of his pen, the faint scent of ink and aged paper, fill your mind. Allow the quiet hum of the celestial sphere to soothe your soul. Let the slow, deliberate pace of this narrative lull you into a state of restful sleep. The rhythmic dripping of water, the steady ticking of a clock, the soft rustling of parchment, all these sounds blend together into a gentle lullaby. The mysteries of the universe continue to fascinate us, just as they did those medieval astronomers. But the journey of discovery, the relentless pursuit of understanding, is what truly matters. The enduring legacy of these scholars is not just the knowledge they imparted, but the spirit of inquiry they embodied. Their dedication, their patience, their commitment to observation and precision, these are the qualities that have shaped our understanding of the cosmos. Feel the weight of the centuries pressing down, the accumulated knowledge of countless scholars, the slow, steady progress of human understanding. Let the images of ancient manuscripts, of intricate instruments, of star-held nights wash over you, calming your mind, preparing you for the restful sleep that awaits. The quiet hum of the universe, the steady rhythm of your breath, the slow, gentle fading of awareness, these are the elements of peaceful slumber. Sleep now, the night sky waits.